how to fire an employee in a protected class for performance issues. Now, you might notice behind me, I'm not in my usual office space. I am actually at the Iowa Bar Association headquarters. Today, I am in a class about employment law. So this was a very poignant question, a timely question to ask. So here, first of all, I want to just say this. In today's world, I want you to think about everyone as if they are in a protected class. Even if they are not, they will be. Because if you are 40 years old and up, you are in a protected class. And so if you are a 29-year-old white male, you're not in a protected class yet, but you will be. And so just think of everybody as if they are in a protected class, because you just don't know. And this makes your life a little bit easier because laws about discrimination are changing constantly. And so today I learned about the Pumps Act, where it provides protections for new moms who have to pump. And so there are protections for women in this situation, and these protections are new in 2023, I believe. So there's all kinds of new things going on. Treat everybody as if they're in a protected class. All right, now that just simplifies this question. How to fire an employee for performance issues. Now, there are two kinds of performance issues that we need to answer. One is habitual performance issues, and one are very serious, egregious performance issues. And in this case, the person submitted the possible issue, and maybe it's on the next slide. Let me check. No, okay. Of an employee who shows up at work intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. Okay, that is going to be a very serious performance issue, especially if you're in an environment where a person is operating heavy equipment or something along those lines. And so if it creates an unsafe environment, you need to stop the worker's activity immediately. You probably need to send them home. And this might constitute immediate termination. Likewise, making threats of harm against an employee, other things that would be considered very, very serious, egregious issues could be immediate cause of termination. Certain kinds of disloyalty, right? Downloading company files and uploading them to another employer's website or something like that. You're going to want to shut that employee's computer off immediately and dismiss them. But it doesn't matter if it's an egregious issue or not. You're going to want to very carefully document everything about this. So if it is an egregious issue, there's going to be one document, and it's going to be here's the behavior that caused us to need to take this termination action, and then we terminated the employee effective immediately, and you're going to keep this in a file, and it's going to be in writing. And you can give it to the employee if you want. It's not a bad idea. Employees do like to know why they were terminated. But let's just say it's a less serious issue, let's just say someone's habitually late, then what you're going to want to do is, again, you're going to have a talk with them, and you're going to say, I'm going to put a note in your file that's saying that we had this talk, but here's the problem. You're supposed to be at work at 7:30 a.m. You have been coming into work between 7:45 and 8 a.m. every day. Is there something going on that we need to know about? And maybe they're having some very serious childcare issues or something along those lines. I hope that you would be understanding in those situations. And depending on how big your company is, you might actually be required to make some kinds of accommodations for certain kinds of issues like this. I did post in the Facebook group page earlier this week a very, very intriguing video by Dave Ramsey. And I sometimes love Dave Ramsey's answers and sometimes kind of don't. But this one was really good. In this particular video, Dave Ramsey advocates for being very, very generous and gentle with an employee who's having performance issues, like being sick to work or having a sick kid a lot or something along those lines. But you're going to want to document it, and you're going to want to make it clear what the expected behavior is, how they deviated from the expected behavior, and then what the process going forward is. And so I will put together some resources to share with the community related to creating a performance improvement plan. But this is something that you want to take seriously. You don't want to just have a headache in the morning and then start firing people because you're upset. That's just going to lead to all kinds of problems. But think about this very, very carefully. Has the employee recently engaged in some kind of protected activity? And so this is something that happens sometimes. An employee um, an employee makes a complaint for something, and maybe they're right. Maybe they're right, and they say, you know what, this is unsafe. OSHA says that we're supposed to do this. We're not doing this, and the employee makes a complaint. If that employee starts getting written up, then terminated, you're asking for a lawsuit. And so I want you to, as you begin this discipline process, I want you to think about, has the employee done something that would put them into a protected category? Because we do not want to retaliate against employees for doing something that employees probably should do. As a business owner, it is very uncomfortable sometimes to accept employee feedback. And you may or may not have to take actual action on that feedback, but it can be difficult to receive it. And if your response is, let's get rid of this employee, then you are opening yourself very, very seriously to an employment discrimination case or a adverse action case. And so if you are in doubt about what to do, I want you to reach out to me. Now, I do want to tell you, and I'm going to move to my last slide here. I do want to tell you that I offer subscription services to my clients. And the reason why I offer subscription services, which start as little as $95 a month, is that I do not want you to wait to ask me questions. If there is something on your mind and you need to talk to an attorney, if you have to go hire an attorney every time, then you're going to delay responding. And then you might put off something important, and we could snuff it out like a candle flame if we deal with it early. But if you wait now, it's a dumpster fire. So these subscriptions enable you to have my team available to you with any question that you have. So strongly consider having a subscription with us so that you can reach out if you have a question at any time. Even if you do not have a subscription, if you have questions about these, please reach out. We make it so easy to contact us. You can email us, you can schedule an appointment, you can text us. And so please don't wait to talk to us. If you would like to see more of this content, make sure you're subscribed. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn. Wherever you're watching this, we are, and that way you get notified when we do the next AMAs, and you can submit your own questions. I'd love to answer them. For now, though, I will see you. This is Matt Newsom, the attorney with Surge Business Law.